Alright, so I pretty much have our supplies ready to make an espresso shot. I have our little dish for catching the espresso, basically a 2-ounce shot glass or a little cup like that. The machine is on and just heating up on straight up and down for now. I have a wet cloth. I guess that's for steaming milk because you're just wiping off the wand, so you don't actually need that for this step. A paper towel. This is dry for wiping out the portafilter basket before we put the espresso in. I have a mug ready. This is our espresso and the grinder. I just have a regular blade grinder. The best possible grinder is called a Burr brand because it basically makes it so that every grain of ground coffee is the same size. While in here you don't know basically if it's that piece of coffee is being ground a number of times, so there's different sizes of grind within that mixture. It's like a really, really fine mixture to coarse. But anyways, that's what we use. So, how I do it to make it the most, the best possible coffee, I use a little scoop that comes with the set, and to make your best possible espresso, you grind it fresh. And so I scoop 2 so that it's not quite full, and I dump those into the machine. And this pretty much means you won't have any waste, and it's the perfect amount of espresso for one latte. And then I will put the lid on that and grind it up, and I will come right back. So I've just finished grinding our espresso. So then you grab your portafilter. I'm going to try and do all this one-handed, which will be super awesome. And there's probably some moisture that has been building up in here. To make the best possible espresso, you use your dry paper towel or a tea towel if that's what you would prefer to use, and you dry it out. And so basically the rules, the sort of memory thing is if it's hot, clean, and dry, then it's perfect and ready for making espresso. And so now I'm going to use a spoon and scoop out the espresso I just made and dump it into here. So I'm taking my last little bit of espresso and I'm going to dump it onto the top, making a bit of a mess because that's just what happens. Here we go. See, now I have a loose espresso in here. You can fill it up a bit more, but basically it's about, loosely, it's about filling it to the top. And then you can give it a little tap, like a double tap on the counter. Helps the grinds settle a little bit. And then you take your handy dandy, I guess this is your tamp that comes with the scoop. We don't press the hard way that you would with a real espresso machine. So just press it down. I just loosely go around the edges and then I go and press it down a little bit. Press down a little bit. You can see I'm not holding the spoon that hard. I'll just press it a couple times. There you go. And then wipe off any loose grind that's up on the top because you don't want that being shoved up into the machine. There is some right there on the neck, but it won't get into our shot, so that's fine. So then we take our ready to go portafilter to the machine, and you turn on the machine for a moment. So it's pointing straight up for the espresso, and we're going to turn it to the left. Water comes out and then stops. That's good enough. And it basically just makes sure the machine is at the right temperature, because if it was too hot, a bunch of steam would come out first. So then we put our portafilter in there, level it, straighten it up, put a little dish underneath, and give her a go. Yeah, that's coming out at a good rate, and you can see that it's coming out and it's light in color, so it's a nice crema, and then it'll settle out and it'll be dark on the bottom and light on the top. I fill my cup. It could go a little slower, so I could have tamped it a little bit harder, but this looks pretty good. Turn it off. And that is our shot. It's ready to go into our cup, so let's grab our mug. And you just dump this into your cup. And that's all ready for you to add steamed milk or hot water for Americano. Wait till you can hear the steam coming out of the machine. That means it's now depressurized and it's ready for you to remove the wand. So you remove the portafilter wand slowly in case it is pressurized so you don't get sprayed with dust. And then you can remove this and then take it to your sink and dump it or garbage, whatever. I normally just tip some of the water out. There we go. And then what I do is once I've dumped out the espresso, I put it back into the machine and run hot water through everything because it helps clean out the basket, and then wipe out the bottom with your damp cloth. So that is how you make an espresso and keep your machine clean. We'll move on now to steaming milk.